Hey guys, welcome to the Q&A video. This is going to be a giveaway video, so at the end of this I'm going to pick 5 winners, and the way I'm going to do that is a random comment picker, and only the people that asked me questions for this Q&A are going to be winning prizes. So I was actually planning on doing this video as a live stream last night, but I had some technical issues and the live stream just wouldn't start, so I kind of just gave up, and I'm filming this throughout the day today. So I've just printed out all the questions and I'm just going to read through them, and I'm going to try and change scenery as much as I can, make it a little bit more interesting for you guys. So there's no particular order to this, I'm just going to start reading out these questions. So the first one we got here is from the Mick26. Congratulations on order, thanks so much dude. His question is, we all know your little slice of JDM heaven, however, since the name of your channel is Nelkel, where and how did you meet Kelly? Share that story if you don't mind. Okay, so the channel is called NelkelJDM Vlogs. A lot of you guys probably don't know, but my name is Nelson, my wife's name is Kelly, so I figured make it Nelkel. It was just for a lack of a better name when I started over a year and a half ago. Couldn't think of anything, so I kind of just shortened both our names, added JDM. Actually, I think I started off NelkelGTR Vlogs, so that's how we got Nelkel. Not the most glamorous of stories, but we met a couple of years ago, 6-7 years ago now, and we actually met at a pool bar. I was out with a few friends playing pool, she was out with her friends, and we saw each other, and yeah, the rest is history. Now we're married, we've got a kid. The next question comes from Next Level Scrub. Would you ever engine swap the RX-7, and if you would, what engine would you put in it? I probably wouldn't engine swap either of these two, but I have been looking at the auctions for some cheap, well, really dirt cheap ones. But I'm probably not going to buy anytime soon because of this whole commitment with the house, and I've got quite a few cars already. And I still want to collect a whole bunch of other JDM cars in the future. So would I swap these two? No. Next question from Odin Lars. How many cars have you owned, and which one is your favorite? I probably should have put some thought into this beforehand. I've owned 9 Subarus, a mix of STRs, WRXs, and what we call GT Turbos, which are the GC8 models. I've owned my R32, 2 FDs, I've had 2 Nissan Dukes, I've had a whole bunch of daily driver cars, mostly Hyundais and that sort of stuff. 20 plus cars, 25 cars maybe, I don't know. Which one was my favorite? Probably what I've got right now. A toss between the R32 GTR and the RX-7 FD. However, I do miss my one GC8 Subaru that I used to own. Next question coming from Leo. Are you ever going to engine swap? Yes. I really want to get something cheap in the future. I know it's seriously overdone in the YouTube scene, but buying a 240 SX is the way to go. They don't sell them here in South Africa, but I'd love to get a 200 SX, do an engine swap, probably an RB25 swap, and just build it from the ground up myself so I can learn things, because, well, I'm still learning as I'm going along. So to answer your question, yes. Next question coming from Charzor. What JDM engine is the most interesting and why? To me, I'd probably just have to say the RB26 and the 13B rotary. The 13B, obviously, the way it works and how a rotary engine works, I mean, it's all witchcraft and stuff. The RB26, probably because of its sound and the performance you get out of it. And fortunately for me, I own both of those. I'd love to get a 2JZ in the future, though. Charles actually got 3 questions. So, what got you into JDM culture, and who inspired you, and what's your dream car? So what got me into the JDM culture was probably video games and movies. I have mentioned this in the old Q&As. Cliche, everybody's done it. Everybody's been influenced by Gran Turismo. Everybody's been influenced by Fast and Furious 1. What is your dream car? I would love to own a early Honda NSX with the flip-up lights. Next question coming from Tose May. Really appreciate the shout out, bro. Thanks so much. We love the content, so keep them coming, man. So my question will be really tricky. You have an R32 GTR, FD Spirit R, S15 Silvia, and a first-gen NSX R. You have to smash one, sell one, daily one, and track one. What will be your choices? Okay, I would daily the Silvia. I would daily the Silvio, I would smash the R32 GTR, I would track the FD, I can't believe I'm saying this, and I'd sell the NSX-R. Actually, I'd track the NSX-R and I'd sell the FD. This is a tricky question, I hate you. So next question was from Mr. Carr. Would you ever buy a 240 SX? Question is no, because I can't get a 240 SX here. I can, however, get a 200 SX. So the 200 SX is obviously right-hand drive. It's the same shell. It looks identical. Right-hand drive, still rear-wheel drive. Comes with a CA18 DET engine. So 1.8 litre turbocharged. A lot of people and most of the cars that are for sale already have the SR20. Next question coming in from JP Havinga. Hey Nelson, would you want to start an R32 club and do meetups and some track racing one day? And do you think Rosper Imports is a good choice to buy a JDM car or ship it from Japan myself? I'd love to start an R32 club. There's not many around. I know someone just recently got one in Durban where I live. It's a maroon one. Stock as far as I believe, or close to stock. Do meetups, definitely. Obviously, I don't have time right now with this whole house story and just life in general, but I'm really keen. And track racing. I mean, I used to get heavily involved in track racing. I used to trailer the car up to Johannesburg, which is about 600 kilometers, or 5-6 hour drive with a trailer, and go and track the car. And I really do miss that. So the next question is about importing a car yourself or dealing with Rosper Imports. Now, I've imported my cars myself, and it's been a bit of a tough journey purely because I just don't have time. You could probably knock it out in, let's say, 2 months with the registration of the cars. For me, it's a different story because I'm working full time. When I'm not working, I'm busy renovating the house and I'm doing other stuff. And obviously, I've got family commitments as well. So it's been a bit of a tough journey for me, but I'm getting it done and I'm doing things slowly, piecemeal. So like I said in a previous video, I get one permit and then I've only got enough time just to go do a weighbridge. Then the following week or maybe 2 weeks later, I get another permit, then I go do the police clearance and then submit my documents like a week or two in the future. But you can do it with like one permit. Go through, do your Veridot, do your weighbridge, do your police clearance, submit the documents. I just don't have the time. Rosper Imports, however, I've met Himmel. He is the owner of Rosper Imports. Good guy. He's passionate about what he does, and he can help you to get your car with no headaches. So he'll bring your car through from Japan. He'll help you with the process, buying the car. He'll show you the auction sheets. So if you're like me and you don't have much time on your hands, I'd definitely consider Rosper Imports. Now, I've met the owner personally. His name is Himmel. Now, he's passionate about what he does, and he can help you bring in the car of your dreams. Now, he'll sit with you in the beginning and he'll work out budgets, and then he'll show you what he can provide you and go through auctions, etc. And then he'll help you bring the car down. He'll do all the registration for you and provide you with the vehicle. And at the end of the day, you walk away with a smile on your face, a nice car to drive in, JDM car, and everybody's happy. Car's registered, you got your dream car, someone got some business. Next question coming in from Ahmed Musaji. Would you choose an LFA or Supra R33 RSX and NSX? I would probably take an NSX, to be honest. I know the LFA is a lot more rare and they only made, I think, like 400 of them, but I'm dying to get myself an NSX. Next question coming from the Frivolous Melon. Have you ever considered touring, visiting another country to see drifting or racing? If you ever run out of idea, can you make a video on how stuff works like a distributor, etc.? Love the stickers. I'm probably not big enough to do any touring. I barely get out of the house myself right now, so I vlog in the garage. I do DIY stuff. I haven't been to a race event in almost 2 years. Haven't raced in about 3 years. Quite sad, actually. I need to get out there, but I'm busy working these cars and I'm working on them slowly, and I'm vlogging and filming, and just time is running away from me. When I finish this house, I'll definitely get out more. Have I visited another country to see drifting or racing? I actually haven't. When I was in Dublin, Ireland, a friend of mine and myself, we were planning on going across the UK and doing Silverstone, hiring a car, tracking it, but that just never happened. We landed just going to pubs and drinking, so yeah. Next question coming from D's13. Now, this is actually a personal friend of mine. Question, would you own a German car? If so, which one would you choose? No, dude, why would I own a German car? No, I'm kidding. This is a tough one. Probably a 340i, new one. Probably in blue as well, like yours. I know yours is a 335, but same blue, that one. 340i. Next question came from Oliver Bertrand. Have you ever done scale modeling? If yes, which was your favorite to build? I have. I bought some Tamiya kits, an R33 GTR V-Spec 2 Midnight Edition, and I also bought a Toyota Supra, which I never got around to building. The R33 GTR I started building, and it just took a little bit too long. I actually started building it around the same time I started vlogging, and I kind of lost interest in that because vlogging was a lot more fun, and I got to work on the real thing in my garage. So yeah, I did try my hand at it. I've still got it, and it's about halfway built. The next question comes from Eat Your Vitamins. You're always mentioning cars that are considered collector's items in SA, thus making them legal for import, but I can't seem to find this list. Could you elaborate? Okay, so essentially I just refer to it as a list. There is no definitive list. I've been putting together my own personal one, and there's a couple of cars that are on there. R32, 33, 34, GTR, obviously RX-7 FD, and there's a few others. NSX is a collector's item. S15 is no longer a collector's, or was not on the list, but might be coming onto the list. Toyota Supra is no longer on the list as of 2014, I believe. Basically, this list is put together by ITAC. So if you give them a call or email them, you basically give them the model of the car, the engine type, and why you think it's rare, and then they're going to chat to a few people, and one of which is SAVA, which is South African Veteran and Vintage Association, and they kind of figure out, is the car a future collectible, is it a collector's item, etc. It's like this whole bullshit thing. What's your ultimate driving song? I don't really have a driving song. Actually, I don't really listen to music while I'm driving, to be honest. If I had to say, it would be music from Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original one. Styles of Beyond, Nine Now, that sort of stuff. Cheesy, I know, but yeah, that's it. I mean, currently in the GTR, I think there's like 4 songs on a CD. I don't even have a USB or flash player thing. Okay, I wasn't too sure if this one was a question, but I'll just consider it. It's from Darian Murcott Eisted. Congrats on 2K. Glad you're putting the BBS on the silver, but black, question mark, question mark. I think black would be a good fit. I've been looking at a couple of sites like Speed Hunters and things that I actually want to do with the car in the future, and silver and black look pretty cool. I'm going to throw the BBS wheels on the car first, see how it looks. If I like it, I'm going to leave it and obviously just refurb them. If I don't, then I'm going to do black, but I'm going to Photoshop it, see what it looks like with black wheels, and then go from there. Next question is from Justin Noka. Do you like spaghetti? No, I don't. Honestly, no, I don't. I don't eat spaghetti at all. I do pasta salads, that's about all. The last Q&A, I think you asked me, do I eat bread? Dude. Oh, before we carry on, I'm inside the new garage, if you guys haven't noticed. It's still a big mess, but I've got ceiling boards in, well, half of it. And I started fitting lights. That one's in. These are 18 watt LED lights. I'm basically just going to have them lit across, so there's 2 that are wide on that side, and then there are 2 that are close here. So the idea is car's going to be parked over here, an engine bay, and I'm going to get some good lighting, and then I'm going to be doing lighting here, lighting there, and then I just need to finish the rest of the ceiling boards. The next question is coming from Nick K. What was your biggest drive in starting the channel? So Nick, honestly, it was about 1.5 years ago I decided that I'm going to be fitting an electronic boost controller to my R32 GTR. Now I had this boost controller for about 3 years and I just never got around to fitting it. I've done it before many times on a Subaru, pretty simple, internal wastegate setup, it's a no-brainer, do it quite easily. Now on the R32 GTR it's a different story with regards to plumbing. And if you do a search online, there's not a lot of info on how to actually do it. And damn, I battled and battled and battled. Eventually I found some info on like a Supra forum and it gave me a couple of ideas, and I ended up trying things, and then I had to kind of figure out all the vacuum diagrams and how everything works in the engine bay. And At this stage, I was never really good at working on cars, and well, like, I'm not any good at working on cars now, but I'm trying harder than I ever have been. And I realized something. What if I start filming this to help myself in the future? So I'm going to film fitting the boost controller and configuring it, and if I ever need to look back, I can go back to this video. And you know what, I actually have like 2 or 3 times gone back to the video on how to configure it, because I explained to myself. But then I figured, you know what, and I can help people out too. So this was definitely one of the biggest drives in starting the channel. Helping myself and helping people. And one, it also helps me grow, because I want to do things right and do it properly and take my time in doing things. I always, throughout my life, used to rush jobs. Car jobs I'm talking about. Always rush the job. Quickly get it done, get out, carry on with the rest of my life. Now I take my time, and I appreciate it for that. Christopher Cook, would an R32 GTR be a good daily here in the States? Depends on how deep your pockets are, I guess. For me, it wouldn't be a good daily. I don't know your circumstances, but obviously I've got an 11-month-old daughter and I need a reliable car, so I wouldn't go and put my daughter in the GTR, and she probably won't sit in the car for a very long time. So it depends on your circumstance. I mean, if you're single and you work just down the road from where you live, then maybe it's not a bad idea. I don't know. Depends on your circumstances. But there's a whole lot of factors to it. For me, I wouldn't get it as a daily. Next question coming from James Pappas. He said, I've talked about it a lot in a couple of other videos, but not in detail. What's your dream JDM garage? Up to 5 vehicles. Okay, so this is actually quite a realistic question, because I'm building up to this. One is obviously the R32 GTR that I currently own. 2, an RX-7 FD. So I've got 2 of those covered for now. Then I really want to get a 200SX or a 180 or 240 that you guys may call it, and I want to turn it into a little bit of a drift car, so RB25 and yeah, all that goodness. Next, and now this one's a bit hard to come by, I'll have to buy it locally, I won't be able to import it because it's illegal to import, is a Toyota Supra Mark IV. Love to get my hands on one. The next one, and the last one, is an NSX, a Honda NSX. Old school, 91, 92, 93, flip up headlights. I'd love to get my hands on it. That's 5 vehicles, but I do want a 6th. S15 Sylvia. Next question coming from Joe O'Grady. What made you start vlogging? I guess same answer as Nick K. Yeah, I just wanted to help out people, help out myself, and now I'm doing the vlogs. So next question came from Jason Sassman. Where did you find the love for JDM cars? Basically, you know, cliche again, I mentioned this in the beginning, but Gran Turismo, Fast and Furious, that's it. That's where I found the love for it. I've always been a Subaru fan, not exactly JDM. I did, however, have a JDM version. I had a Type RA, WRX Type RA, and that was my only JDM one. The rest were all Oz specs. But yeah, man, I mean, it stemmed down from owning Subarus and playing those games and watching those movies. And now, fortunately for me, I've been able to buy these cars, which is pretty cool. Next question coming up from Kurt Pinar. How long did it take you from start to finish to import the GTR? Were you ever scared of not receiving it? What is the total cost of importing, including registration? Okay, so start to finish importing the car, it was actually pretty quick. I mean, from finding the car in the auction, paying the money, and it's the same process as the RX-7s. The black one took a little bit longer because there were a couple of issues. So the R32 took about 2 months from finding it on the auction, winning it, and getting it shipped to South Africa. Same with the silver RX-7. The black one, however, I won it in, I think it was November or end of October, and because of the whole Christmas time, there were less ships and blah, 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 or ships were loaded. I'm actually not too sure on the whole story, but I couldn't get the car in 2 months. It took like 3 months to get here. Yeah, I was pretty scared of my first import, and the reason was, when I imported it, I was actually working in Botswana at that time, and I was working in a copper nickel mine in Botswana doing some engineering work, and damn, there were no comms there. We didn't have cell phone signal, I didn't have access to the internet at that stage. When you're working in a mine, things are kind of locked down and closed networks and all that. And I just won the car the week before, or 2 weeks before, and that week that I started working at this copper nickel mine, I was there for 2 weeks at this mine. The car just got sent on the ship to South Africa, and I couldn't track it. I didn't know where the car was. Then one evening, my work colleagues and my wife, we were at the bed and breakfast, and we were watching TV, and there were tsunamis in Japan. Now this was 2013. There were some big tsunamis that happened. I think it might have been that whole nuclear disaster. I'm not too sure, or maybe, anyway, there were tsunamis that were happening at that time, and I'm freaking out. I didn't know where the car was, how far it was in the ocean, if it was still in Japan, and I had to wait 2 weeks to get back to South Africa to make contact and track and trace and see where the ship was. So yeah, I was pretty nervous on the car actually arriving. So I'm not going to tell you the total cost on my car, but I've mentioned in a couple of other videos. Basically, you find the car on auction. Let's say for a really good one, you're going to pay about 20,000 to 25,000 US dollars. Let's call it 20,000 US dollars. Then you're going to pay a small percentage to the guys that are doing the importation for you, or the export for you rather, from Japan. A small fee on that side. Shipping is going to cost you about $1,000. Then there's a collector's item fee, which is 25% of the vehicle amount. Then you're going to pay VAT or tax, which is 14% in South Africa, on the total invoice amount. That includes shipping, includes the exporter's charges. You're going to pay 14% on that amount. Now once the car is here, there's a couple small fees that you've got to pay. Nothing hefty at all. They are NRCS fees, which is about $2,000, and police clearance, and a couple of things, licensing department fees, your certificate of roadworthy, your weighbridge. Call it 5K, just done, and you got your car. Next question coming in from Lenny Face, old-time subscriber. How long did it take? Ooh, no. If there's one mountain pass which you could drive right now in any car you want, which pass or which car would it be? Damn, I actually don't know any decent mountain passes. I always wanted to do the Knysna hill climb, which happens every year here in South Africa. It's a massive thing. I think I call it Samola hill climb. It's sponsored by Jaguar, or this year I think it was Nissan, and some crazy fast cars go on that. I'd love to do that. That would be very realistic for me to actually get out to and do. But if anywhere in the world, it would be the initial D, Mount Akina or Mount Haruna. Get out there, do it in AE86 or my FD. Next question coming in from Subi Skyline 34. What are the pros and cons of rotary versus piston engines from your perspective? I'm not going to go into huge detail into this one. It's a massive topic, and I actually do want to plan a video on some rotary stuff. So for the sake of that video, I'm just going to say reliability and maintenance wise. So obviously the rotary, a lot of people perceive them to be less reliable. Whilst that might be the case, it also comes down to poor maintenance. So maintenance is a big thing. If you're just wanting to get a car that you're gonna jump into and just drive all the time, that's not the right car for you. If you don't want to go and check oil every time you drive, it's not the right car for you. So that's my perspective on it. But we'll go into this in another video. It'll probably take me a couple of months to actually make it, because I've got to finish all of this and the rest of the house, and yeah. Message from King Slides. If you could live anywhere, where would you live? To be honest, I think I'll just stay in South Africa. So next question comes from Vlogs with Josh. What is the best and worst experience you've had with your R32? I'd love to know a little bit more about the Skyline. Okay, this happened about 3 weeks prior to me starting my first ever vlog. So I set out to do an oil change and water change on my R32 GTR for the first time for myself. I've already had other people do maintenance on it, but I figured I want to start working on cars myself. And I always used to pay people in the past to do stuff for me, so I figured, let me start learning and doing this stuff myself. And I spoke to someone, and he said, okay, you need to get a 350Z oil filter. It's got the same thread, the same size. So I went out and got it, and we kind of put the filter on, and I actually had a backyard mechanic who came to give me a hand because I was actually battling to get the damn filter off, and I didn't know that trick where you kind of put a screwdriver on the top and you beat it with a hammer and you can turn the oil filter, and mine's still in the stock location, so I couldn't really get it out properly. And well, got it out, changed the filter, thread felt okay, we hand tightened it, changed the oil, changed the water, did everything else, shook hands with the guy and then left. Now, I drove probably about 2 kilometers, maybe 3 kilometers. Now we warmed up the car, we checked for oil leaks, all that stuff at the house, and everything was okay. Then I left, I drove like 2-3 kilometers, and I landed up seeing a C63 AMG on the road. And I figured, you know what, my car's quicker, let's, yeah, give him a run. So I put my foot down, and as I hit boost, I just heard this huge explosion from the engine bay, and my car just started beeping. Oil pressure went down to 0 on the stock gauge, and I had an aftermarket gauge at the time. Both went down to 0. Car's freaking out. I had no idea what was going on. Pulled over on the side of the road, and I noticed that like all the oil came out, everything on the floor. Shut the car off. Well, I already shut the car off, but damn, it was scary. So I phoned around, I started doing some Googling, and I probably should have Googled this without just taking someone's advice. And I found out that the oil filter that was meant to be a matchup for the car is actually a 300ZX and not a 350Z. And pretty angry at the time, went back, swapped, got a new oil filter, put it on, hand tightened it, changed the oil on the road, and yeah, car's been fine ever since with 300ZX oil filters. Before I do any toss, I make sure that I know exactly what I'm doing, how to do it, and how long it's going to take, because I don't want stuff like that to happen. I got away very cleanly, very lucky. I could have lost an entire RB26. Okay, last question coming from Split Bomber. Found your channel from a search on owning an R32, recognize the accent, I'm also fellow South African, you seem to have good content. How much did the car cost you initially, and how many kilometers did it have on the clock? The car had 76,000 kilometers on the clock. True mileage was on the auction sheet, it was correct. I think it's got 84,000 now. I've done about 9,000, 10,000 Ks. I've done 4 oil changes. About to do my 4th one now, actually, sorry. How much did it cost you? Okay, so I mentioned a couple comments before that on how much it actually cost me. I don't particularly want to say, but you can kind of work it out yourself. They do cost quite a bit now because of obviously the draconian law in America. 25 years and older, they can start importing these cars. I'm also thinking about buying a GTR, and looked at JDM cars that are around the same price and thought about considering newer options. What's your opinion? I love my R32 GTR, to be honest. If I had to do it all over again, I probably would have saved up a little bit more money, and I would have bought an R34 GTR. You're looking probably about 700,000 plus minus rand to get one of those cars. I probably would have done that. I still like to in the future, but I want to get the rest of my cars together. Get an R32, it's a cool car. Okay guys, that was the last of the questions. I'm going to go off now. I'm going to head off to my editing station. I'm going to do a random comment picker, and I'll film that, and we'll pick 5 comments of people who actually ask questions, and I'll be giving you guys some stuff. Last time I gave away JDM license plate holders. There were magazines, JDM magazines, some vintage ones, some not. There were model cars, big, small. So it was a pretty decent hamper, and that was for like 500 subscribers. So I've spent like basically more than what my RX-7 was worth on renovating this house. So I want to take it easy, and I'll do some big prizes again in the future when we hit a different number or bigger number. So for now, I'm just going to give away some stickers. So whoever the 5 winners are, I'm going to give away 2 of the stickers. One of the Because JDM stickers, and then one of the NelkelJDM stickers. I hope you guys don't mind, but things have been a bit tight here. I could have bought another RX-7 with all the renovation money that I've been spending. Yeah, but that's the case. But you guys have been helping me grow, and I just want to say thank you before I end this portion of the video. Guys, thank you so much for always being here and supporting me. Let's carry on and go to the giveaway. Okay guys, back at home, I've got a Whisper, I've got a sleeping baby here. We're going to choose the 5 winners for the stickers. So we're going to do it off my TV, media center PC hooked up. Okay, so I'm going to copy the link for the giveaway video. And I'm going to throw it in here, so it's this YouTube random comment picker. Okay guys, remember, it's only people who asked a Q&A question. So we're going to choose the first 5, or the only 5. Okay, so 48 unique commenters. Some of them are just congratulations, so you guys can't enter unfortunately. And the first winner is Next Level Scrub. Would you ever engine swap the RX-7? Congrats, dude. 48 unique. Start. Congratulations, James Papas. Leo, congratulations. Are you ever going to swap the engine? That's winner number 3. This is for number 4. I'll end up winning. JP Havinga. That wasn't a question, but we'll make an exception. Dude, you can be the 6th winner. Send me your address, I'll send you some stickers. So we're gonna have 6 winners. Okay, this is number 4, Subi Skyline 34, well done. And this is for the last winner, number 5. Okay, this is my friend Deez. I mentioned in the Q&A, he's actually a personal friend of mine. No need to send your address because I'm coming to your daughter's birthday party next weekend. Guys, thanks so much. I hope you all enjoyed the video. So to all the winners, the 5 winners with the questions and JP Havinga, guys, send me your address, your full name, and I'll post the stickers through to you. Sorry it's not such a big prize like the last one was, but you'll know I'm pretty broke now after buying the house and renovating the house and all sorts of stuff. Sorry about whispering, daughter's asleep like I mentioned. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all the support, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.